Biggie kicked the bucket, Tupac kicked the bucket, and afterward there was the battle between who was the top rapper. Now has recently a video of JC getting uncovered by Panther for plotting to have Tupac disposed of. Or would it be a good idea for me I express removed from the way, so he could ascend to the highest point of the hip jump world? Has been causing very much a quarrel via web-based entertainment, yet makes these cases considerably really fascinating that these subtleties came out just after the rapper was named as the flat-out best by Bulletin and Energy as a component of a cooperative work to observe Hip Jump's 50th commemoration this year. The distributions have begun delivering their arrangements of the main 50 biggest rappers ever in the wake of, including Craftsman from number 50 to number 11. Board and Energy have at last uncovered their main 10 determinations, positioned from number 10 to number 6 for Nicki Minaj, Sneak, Homeboy Drake, Lil Wayne, and the famous Huge separately. Involving the Notes 5 to realize 2 openings were Eminem, Tupac, Nas, and Kendrick Lamar. Individually, at long last, JC, who is in many cases promoted as the best rapper ever, guaranteed the main spot on the rundown. Then there was the battle between who was the top rapper, now Nas and Jay-Z. And afterward, the before you know it, Nas has an apprehensive break. Jagger guaranteed that Jay-Z had the option to guarantee the title of most prominent rapper ever because of the death of Tupac, as it wiped out the vast majority of his obvious opponents. While many fans addressed why Tupac wasn't presented with the honor announcement, countered this by referring to his business achievement, basic recognition, social effect, and pioneering accomplishments close by his strong verses that ponder battles. Fans, as well as different specialists in the business, had conclusions on the positioning. Huge Jibba rapper disagreed with announcement, and 5's main 50 biggest rappers ever list fighting that, assuming that Tupac were as yet alive, he would have surpassed Jay-Z expressively. During a meeting with the Specialty of Discourse, Jeff communicated that Tupac had the right to guarantee the best position on the rundown over Hoth, and the main explanation he didn't was a direct result of BNC heavy armament specialist from the Southside School Bar. For my part of town hooligan, from my part of town, dropkick across the scaffold man. So for me by you Noah, there are no standards. One's Chip asserted that the consideration of JC more than Tupac on the rundown was exclusively because of him being hitched to Beyonce. He additionally added that in spite of the fact that JC may be a preferable rapper over Tupac, the last option had a heart. He proceeded, in the event that Pac was here, who you figure the young lady would have been with for you. That is, you actually can't act, you can't do no motion pictures, you can't do what Pac was doing. Come on, how might you be preferable? Over Pac's That Kid was a triple danger, enormous jit. Discussed Tupac's splendid vocation that was so fruitful at the time. It is said that Tupac had uncommon ability clear through his progress in both gathering and solo music projects, as well as his prosperous movie profession. Had he resided, he probably would have beaten all others in the business. Jib has claimed that Tupac had previously finished a collection and was thinking about beginning his own record mark in Atlanta. After that collection that he was doing, he previously showed and wrapped up with a new collection when he was moving to Atlanta, putting on the record he like I'm returning, and I will begin my new mark in Atlanta that he was doing over at Death Row. Was at that point worked out. He stated that Tupac's star power was natural and didn't need monetary support to draw consideration. Moreover, he commended Tupac's capacity to record music at a great speed and featured his prevalence with female fans during his depiction of Minister in the film Juice. There have been tales coursing that recommend Jay-Z was liable for 2 loads destruction, with some conjecturing that it was a ploy to kill contest and cement his situation as the top figure in hip jump. Tupac was in many cases viewed as a hero of political and social causes, which procured him a bigger following than Jay-Z. The competition among Jay-Z and Tupac traces all the way back to the 1990s. And was at first started by the development of another unmistakable rapper, the famous B.I.G. during the last part of the 1980s. And mid-1990s hip jump was at its pinnacle, and both Big Deal and Tupac rose to notoriety during this period. They likewise addressed the bigger East Coast-West Coast rap contest that was unfurling at that point, despite the fact that Big Deal and Tupac were once dear companions in the mid-1990s. Their connections before long soured, and they turned out to be severe opponents. The defining moment happened in 1994 when Shakur was shot in a New York recording studio. The So Big Deal and Tupac were companions in the mid-90s. They before long became foes when Shakur was shot in a New York studio in 1994. Shakur openly blamed Enormous for contribution in the shooting, which the last option passionately denied. Their companionship crumbled quickly. And when Shakur joined Def Column Records, the fight between the East and West Coast rap scenes strengthened. Sadly, they never had the chance to accommodate their disparities before Shakur's sad demise because of discharge wounds in 1996. Jay-Z and the famous Large both hail from the Bedford-Stuyvesant area in Brooklyn, New York, and have a well-disposed relationship. In 1996, they teamed up on the track Brooklyn's Best, which was a critical second for the two craftsmen, especially for Jay-Z, who was a novice at the time anyway. The tune likewise started a quarrel between Jay-Z and Tupac during a recent appearance on Fat Joe's Instagram live webcast. The specialty of discourse, Arv Gotti, the organizer behind Murder Inc. Records and a maker for Jay-Z and Kanye West, revealed some data in regards to the Jay-Z and Tupac beat by Irv Gotti. Both Jay-Z and Huge participated in fun-loving prodding on Brooklyn's Best. However, it was a solitary line from Enormous that enraged Tupac. Vegas did something uncommon, which was to specify Tupac by name, something he had never finished before with some other rapper. Biggie rapped "Must Go Coolio is getting excessively hot" in the event that they had twins. She presumably have two packs. Get it, two packs. While references the reports that Tupac was associated with Large's better half, Confidence Evans. Sincerely, the line likewise, all the while suggests that Tupac is a child. And all the more explicitly is child. A typical attacker body claimed that Tupac was irate with Large for working together with Jay-Z in a melody.